Hey everybody, Jason Lawrence here. How are you doing? Today I want to talk about spinning your wheels. So do you ever feel like your wheels are just spinning sometimes? You're working and working and working and you're not really seeing immediate results. In fact, maybe things are not going the way that they normally do for you. Maybe things are not happening the way that you kind of envisioned them happening, or the way that you see things happening. And that's just life, right? There are always things that come up and can take you off of your path. For example, you could be in a great mood, wake up, you're having a great day, be in a great mood, and then something happens that kind of throws you off track a little bit, and it can really like, say you get angry about something. For me personally, if I get angry about something, sometimes it's hard for me to get back on track, especially maybe even if I lose my temper about something. I kind of am now like in a different place in my head, and I'm almost like embracing the feeling that I have, not in a good way, not that I like that feeling, because when you get mad, or if something happens that knocks you off of your track, you don't feel good inside, not like you did when you woke up and you were having that great day and everything was going good, and you were just loving life, and it's a beautiful day, and you're filled with joy and peace and everything's perfect, and then boom, something happens, and it could even just be something little, something someone says, a phone call you get, something happens on a job, at work, whatever it is. There's so many different things that can happen, but whatever it is, that knocks you off of your track. And when that happens, it can be hard to get back on track. I remember a couple of years ago, I was in this place where anytime I would get angry or upset, I would get angry or upset. I know people watching the videos are like, well, Jason, you're always in a great mood and happy-go-lucky, and I definitely am. That is really who I am. But like I was just saying, there's things that come up, and these are things that I've really worked on as a person. Like anything in life, you can get better at anything that you do. But anyways, I would have something come up a couple of years ago that would knock me off of my track, and I couldn't get out of that like, just like feeling in a bad mood, feeling bad inside, just kind of going through the motions. And I think part of it could actually be pride. Let's say I had something happen where we're all outside working as a family, doing things as a family, and maybe not, I don't want to be doing the certain thing that I'm doing, but it's something that has to get done, and my mind's starting to wander, and I'm saying, why I'm stuck doing this on this beautiful day. I'd like to be doing something else, and so now I'm knocked off of track, and I would find myself not being able to get out of that little pit. So you always have a choice, no matter what happens to you, and obviously it's going to be a lot harder when big things happen, and you're not going to be able to just flip a switch when big things happen either. But you do always have a choice as to how you are going to feel, how you're going to see things. You can give thanks in any circumstance. And again, that sounds crazy because, pause. You could have had something tragic happen to you, and you're saying to yourself, well, what would I have to give thanks about right now? There is always something to be thankful for, because no matter what happens in your life, you still do have things to be thankful for. You may have to think about them long and hard, but as you think about those things, as you focus on those things, that's starting to change your mindset. And your mindset determines your destiny for the short period of time, meaning the mindset that I have right now and for the next 30 seconds is going to determine how I feel right now and for the next 30 seconds. The mindset that I continue to have overall is going to determine my destiny, and that's going years out into the future. If I continue to always have the mindset that I do, I'm going to continue to live a great life. I'm going to continue to be successful, and that's just how it is. It's at this point, it's a proven fact for me because I'm old enough now. I'm 44 years old. I've lived enough life. I've had enough success to be able to know what the cause for that is without just saying, oh yeah, you know what, I guess I've been lucky. I've had great circumstances. It's been a great housing market. It's been this, it's been that. No, at this point, I've been through ups and downs, and I've been in this industry that I'm in now for almost, 30 years, really. Yeah, I mean, I started working in this industry when I was 14 years old. So I've been through the ups and downs, been through, pretty much every aspect of it, and the one constant is the mindset, and really what you make of things is how they are. And this can really affect your work too. If you have some things that don't go according to plan and work, and you feel like your wheels are spinning because you're working very hard and you're not seeing immediate results. And in the industry that I'm in, as well as many other industries, you don't see immediate results with things. When I'm working with a customer, when I'm having the first meeting with a customer to build a custom home, I'm not going to see financial results for that. It could be a year, it could be years, but once you get going and you're working with enough people, that doesn't really matter anymore. You've got things happening at all times. It just takes time to build up and get to a point where you've got consistency in who you're working with, the number of people that you're working with, things like that. So, but as far as the wheel spinning, it's really hard, and I should say it's really easy to say, you know what, I have been working extremely hard here. I haven't been seeing the results that I've wanted to see, and now that can bump you off track. That can get you into a mindset where you're not feeling as confident about yourself. You're not feeling as confident about your career. You're not feeling as good as you should be. And when that's happening, you're not giving off a great vibe. I do believe in manifestation in multiple ways. And if you are in a mindset where you're just not super confident or super positive, as opposed to being in a mindset where it's like, hey, I know I got somebody coming in here. I know we're going to be starting this next one soon. I know based off of the last 30 years of me being in this industry that everything's going to be all good. I just need to do what I do and let God take care of the rest. And that's funny. That's not funny, but that's true. But my motto has pretty much always been, for as long as I can remember now, you do what you do and God will take care of the rest. And what that means to me is I'm not going to get burnt out. I'm not going to, work 100 hours a week. I'm going to enjoy my life, and I'm going to do the things that I need to do along the way. Now, naturally, I'm a hard worker, and so I do work a lot. I do really put a lot of focus on that, but I'm constantly trying to tell myself, hey, that's not the only thing. Because if that is the only thing, if that's the only thing that you're focused on, then, really, it's like, well, that's not really the way to live life. That's not how God intended. God created me to have a relationship with him. He created me to enjoy this beautiful world that he created, and to enjoy my family and love my family, and everything else is secondary. Everything else is secondary. So I have to remember that every day, and that does really help. Like you go on ups and downs. So specifically in the last 2 days, today and yesterday, I have been feeling like $1 million because I woke up yesterday morning, beautiful day. I walked outside and I took a big, deep breath of fresh air, and I said to myself, God created me to enjoy this. God created me to really just enjoy this. Like, he put me here not to be just working nonstop. He put me here to enjoy his creation, to be his companion. He blessed me with a family and a property. He's given me so much already. So I need to focus on that and remember that everything else is secondary. And then I go into my motto, I'm going to do what I do, and God will take care of the rest. So I'm going to enjoy my life. Like I'm set here in this beautiful nature scenery in my backyard. I'm loving life. Like, I'm not going to think about anything else other than what's right in front of me. I'm not going to think about anything else other than what's right in front of me. And I'm just going to be still and realize that, you know what, I'm going to love life. I'm going to appreciate my surroundings. I'm going to have a good time today, no matter what. And I'm going to do what I do, meaning for work. I'm going to do what I do along the way. And as long as I do what I do, because this is the proven track record that's worked for so many years now, if I do what I do, then I'm going to be successful. Meaning I don't need to do any more than I've been doing. Now, I know that may sound like, well, what do you mean? You don't want to get better with what you do? Yeah, it's kind of a double-edged sword there. So I do want to do more than I'm doing. I do want to accomplish more. I do want to be able to get more done. But at the same time, I still want to reflect how I've been living my life, and that is, doing what I'm doing along the way of enjoying my life and having fun and making sure I'm taking breaks and spending time with the family. And that to me gives me a great life. And if I do what I do along the way there, I'm going to be successful with that because I've always been successful with that. So, going back to the whole spinning your wheels, there is a way to get out of that. And what you really need to do, I think, is take a break, stop thinking about things as much. So if you feel like your wheels are spinning, it's normal. It's definitely normal. I can say from my past experience that eventually you'll get unstuck. You'll stop spinning the wheels. The wheels that you're spinning right now are going to end up producing results for you. In my experience, if you work hard and you're doing the right thing, meaning you're not doing just a bunch of busy work that's not producing high impact results. If you're working hard and you're doing the right things, then it's going to pay off. It's definitely going to pay off. And a lot of times I have this comparison to a piñata. You're hitting the piñata, you're hitting the piñata, you're hitting the piñata. You haven't gotten any candy yet. You're hitting it, and then boom, you hit it, and it explodes, and now you're all good. Look at all the candy that you have. So that's kind of an analysis there that I've used before as well. But a couple of things is, like I just said there, in my experience, it will pay off. Spinning the wheels, doing the hard work, you're going to see the results for it. But you do also want to make sure that you are doing the right thing. So, especially in my industry that I'm in, and so many other industries, and even in your daily life, no matter what it is that you do, there's all kinds of things that need to be done. And so sometimes you really need to focus on the most important things. And one simple rule is, if you've got a ton of tasks, if you've got a never-ending to-do list, which most people do, but you've got that list of things, take the most important thing on that list and do it first, or just make sure that it gets done in a day. Because what I usually end up finding is, if I can get the most important thing done that I have on my list, and I don't get anything else done, then I feel good about what I got done, because that most important thing for me is something that is moving a client closer to closing on their construction loan and starting the new home build. That's my end goal with all of our clients. That's what my ultimate job is. And then, of course, building and finishing the home. But that first step is you have to get that not just the commitment, but the final, yep, we've got the money. It's happening for sure. We can check this off as a job that we have. So for me, if I have a whole ton of things that I need to do, I got to get back to people. I got phone calls. I got emails. I got this I got to do. I got that I got to do. Yes. Those are all things that need to be done. And for me, I'll say, there's just, I can't get back to everybody within a day. People that have been calling and emailing today, I might not get back to them for a day or two. And that's because I'm looking at my list. I've got all those calls to return, all those emails to return. Not that they're not important, but what's the most important thing on my list? Right now, to date, it's getting customer X, their pricing finalized and put together as a contract, so the contract can go to them and then the contract can go to the bank. That's the most important task that I have on my never-ending to-do task list. So today, no matter what, that needs to get done. And then if nothing else gets done, or it's just a bunch of busy work that gets done, returning phone calls, putting out fire, doing this, doing that, I feel great about my day because I've moved something a step forward. But let's flip this. Let's say that doesn't happen. You spend all day running around, doing things, putting out fires, taking phone calls, doing this, doing that, and then at the end of the day, you look at your list, or it's the next day, or the day after that, and you look at your list and you still haven't gotten that most important thing done yet, that thing that's actually going to result in putting money in your pocket, then you're not feeling great, and so you need to start building these wins and getting these important things done. And as you do that, these successes will build momentum. And that is how a lot of times when you get bumped off track, if your wheels are spinning, you're digging yourself into a hole. You want to be here, but you're down here. If you're doing things that can slowly help you get up to here, because it doesn't just go from here to here. Sometimes it does, but usually not. So you want to be doing things that are going to help you get up to here. So getting these slow wins, like I got the most important thing done that was on my list. I got that done today. Awesome. Okay, now I have a new most important thing to get done on my list tomorrow. Here's tomorrow. I got that done today. Awesome. Look at it. I'm climbing up out of that hole. And so that is definitely a way to get that momentum and that good feeling, and just being happy about what you're doing and what you're getting done. So I hope that helps some of you who may be going through some similar situations. That's all I've got for this one. If you have any questions or you want any further advice on that, reach out. You can comment. You can send me an email, jason@josephscotthomes.com. That's all I got for this one. We'll talk to you later. Take care, and God bless.